Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Jamari4 here once again. And we are back for this week's horror story and the bullshit. I want to thank y'all again. I think last week, the one about the Zoom calls is at like just under 600 views, which is like like that short amount of time is the largest amount of views that any of these has ever gotten. So I really appreciate, you guys supporting that video and then the following video after that. So we're gonna try to keep this thing going. I'm really gonna try to do my best to do like 2 of these a week. Okay? So make sure to like, comment, share the videos if you're enjoying these. I know a lot of you say that you enjoy watching them like on your way to work or, just during your downtime. So I really appreciate it because that's exactly, what I want these to be. And yeah, so these are gonna be 3 parking lot horror stories. So, and I'm just based off the thumbnail. I saw somebody's head smashed open. So, girl, be that as it may, I'm sure there's going to be like a gas station horror story involving a gas station parking lot. I can already see it. But let's go ahead and get into it, child.
I'm scared to be alone in a parking lot. Yes, it might seem funny to you, but it's true. It's because of one particular incident that shook me. The apartment I live in is quite big, and it has an underground parking lot. Generally, it's a very calm and quiet building. The tenants hardly know each other. I don't even know how many people live here. Anyways, I was coming home late one night. As I entered the parking lot to park my car, I noticed the time on my phone. It was 2:15 a.m. As I entered the parking lot, the wide basement area stood in front of me. There were cars parked to my left and right in a scattered way. The parking lot was not that full. I decided to park my car at a close distance, so it becomes easy to get it out in the morning. I went straight, passing 2 cars on my left, and took a turn to take the 3rd spot. After parking the car, I came out and started to walk towards the elevator. I was walking in that long, completely silenced parking lot. The only sound that came to me was of the hollow winds. I came in front of the elevator and hit the button, just when I realized I had forgotten my phone in the car. Damn it. Now I have to walk back. I started walking back to the car again. I was about to reach in front of my car, just when I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around immediately, but there was no one inside the parking lot except myself. I thought it was my imagination, so I shrugged it off and walked towards my car. As I finally reached near my car, I noticed a handprint on the driving seat window. What the hell? I didn't remember touching the window while exiting the car. Also, the handprint was really small, like a school kid's hand. I unlocked the car and saw my phone lying on the car seat. I picked it up and turned around to leave, just when I found...
Shit. I was just gonna be like, is this about to be some Children of the Corn type shit? Or like, what's the deal? And lady, where did you come from? Ma'am, you do not walk behind people and get close up on somebody in a parking lot quiet at 2:15 in the morning and don't announce yourself. Because honestly, this lady easily could have got decked in the face. Just off reflexes. You come around, if I turn around and I don't expect nobody to be there, and I see a face that look like this, I might just got to go, boop, oop, girl, my bad. You can't walk up on me like that, girl. It's just a reflex. For real, shit.
Found a woman standing right behind me, unexpectedly. To be honest, I almost had a heart attack. Oh, jeez. I hope I didn't scare you, mister. I got my shit together and said, who are you? I live here. Do you live here too? Yeah. I wanted to ask you, have you seen my daughter anywhere? No, ma'am.
Ma'am, if I don't even know who you are, how do I know who your daughter is? Like, maybe you should have said, like, rather, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but, I can't seem to find my daughter. She's lost. Have you seen a little girl that looks with this color hair, this color eyes, wearing these clothes? Like, that would have been the more sensible thing. And the fact that she's kind of laughing and cheery, and the fact that you lost your child, is very suspicious to me. But okay.
Don't mind me asking, though, is this your daughter's handprint? The woman took a close look at the window and then started to sniff the air in a very weird manner. Yes, I think she's hiding here somewhere. Oh, such a naughty little girl. So this woman's daughter left her handprint on my car window. The woman was constantly looking here and there and sniffing the air like a dog. Her behavior told me there's something not right with this woman. What the hell is she doing in an empty parking lot at this hour, with her little daughter nonetheless? I didn't say anything more and just wiped the glass. I should get going now. It's kind of late. Good night, ma'am. I started to walk away, but the woman called me and said, "Wait, you've got to help me find my daughter, or else people will die." What?
What? That's the same thing he just said. Who is your daughter? The Antichrist?
What do you mean people will die? The woman now took small steps and stood in front of me. She then whispered to me, "You don't know what she does when she gets angry. We must find her before she kills again." She then started to look here and there again. "Excuse me, ma'am, but will you please tell me what the hell is going on?" The woman started to bite her nails while staring at me with her big eyes. She was grinning at me very creepily. I was losing my patience at that moment. I was about to shout at her, but before I could even speak, she stopped me, saying, "Did you hear that?" "Hear what?" "Ma'am, are you all right? Here, let me call security for you. Then you can help find your little daughter. How old is she? 6, 8? She only looks big, but she's my little daughter." She suddenly grabbed my hand and started to whisper, "Did you hear that? She's coming. She is coming out finally." I looked around, but I didn't see a single kid or even hear a chuckle. Ma'am, there's no one here. You should call the security. I'm telling you." There she is. Now you have surely heard her. There she is." The woman pointed
Ma'am, wait, what she did? She pointed what?
right behind me, and I turned around. At the ends of the corridor stood the emergency stairs. The door was open. I didn't notice that all this time. I could only see a small portion of those stairs right behind those doors. The light of the doorway was flickering, so it made it even tougher to see that area. I thought that this woman was just crazy and trying to mess with me, but as I looked closer, my heart stopped in fear. A bony female figure came crawling down those stairs
What the fuck?
and stopped in front of those doors. It was a human, but she was walking like an animal. The girl crawled towards the light from the darkness. It stopped right underneath a tube light and made that low growl one more time. Before I could even speak a single word, the female figure made a loud, scary growl and started to crawl at full speed.
Girl, bye. Girl, bitch. Baby, let me tell you, if I couldn't bolt to the door or somewhere, I probably would have got my keys, hopped in my car, and ran them over, child. Boom. Absolutely not. Not today. And the thing is, I feel like this is gonna be one of those garages that doesn't have like easy access to like the staircase, so you can only go up the escalator. And clearly, you don't have time to go up the escalator if something like this is charging at you. So, girl, get in that good old vehicle. Hopefully, you have that kind of time, and just speed bump.
Speed towards me. The woman standing right next to me started to laugh in a spine-chilling voice. "There's my girl, my naughty little girl. She likes you. She's coming to get you."
I probably would have knocked her out. I'm sorry. I don't want to encourage violence, but girl, you doing a lot right now next to me, and you've already irritated me and held me up. She probably would have got dicked. I'm sorry. That sounds so bad to say.
I screamed at the top of my lungs and started to run in the opposite direction, but I guess I was too late. The girl jumped on me like a predator, and I fell hard on the ground. I turned back, and the vicious-looking girl was trying to snatch out my eyes. I held...
Baby girl, let me tell you something. this girl, babe, if she's bony and looks young, and you look like a pretty fit dude, if you don't toss her like a rag doll, baby, she would have got beat up like. Never mind. I swear, let me not encourage violence. But once you've attacked me and scratched me and tried to pull my eyes out, all bets are off. This is self-defense at this point. It's not even about that whole chivalry thing, whatever it is. This is self-defense at this point. You can't jump on me and attack me and girl. Anyway.
Hold her hands tightly, but she was so violent I couldn't hold her for long. She bit on my arm, tearing a chunk of flesh with her sharp teeth.
Oh, bitch, no. Absolutely not. See, you were at the point where it's like I could try to just rough you up a bit to get you off of me and give a warning, but once you chewed my flesh, you have to die. We are not leaving out of this parking lot. Well, one of us is not leaving out of this parking lot. What? Does she have superhuman strength or something? Girl, how do you not? I don't know. I'm just thinking about, y'all tell me, what methods would y'all use to get this lady up off of you? Because, honey, I'm just thinking of all the ways.
She then aimed at my neck and rushed to bite me. But out of instinct,
you better headbutt her or something.
This time I knocked her out, giving her a hard punch.
Thank you. Boop, 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 boop.
The girl screamed in pain and passed out right beside me. The creepy woman rushed towards the girl, sobbing. No, no, no! You hurt my little girl! You hurt her!
Bitch! Look at my arm! Hello? Missing flesh, gaping wound, and she just got hit in the face, deservedly so. You almost was next, lady, because...
I finally called the security guard. Many other tenants came too. They all stared at the girl with fearful eyes. I then came to know that this woman lives in the basement with her daughter. She is delusional herself, and her daughter is also mentally unstable. She used to work as the cleaning lady, but she stopped coming out of the basement. What made me feel even more disgusted was that the security guard knew about this woman and her daughter's condition, yet no one stepped in to help them. Even though the girl scared me and tried to hurt me, she's not herself. I called my friend who runs an NGO. With his help, we put the woman and daughter into a mental institution so that they can be taken care of. Even if the matter was resolved in the best way possible, I still can't shake off the vicious memory of that night. I'm scared to be alone in a parking lot, because as I stare into the darkness of an empty parking lot, I can't help but imagine that girl crawling out from the darkness like an animal and chasing me.
Girl, bye. That girl would have.
Before starting the story, I would suggest you guys to go subscribe to the channel. It turns out that most of you guys who watch me aren't actually subscribed. So, if you like the content and want to support the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell. It's free, and you can always change your mind later.
That goes for my channel too.
I killed a man, and I'm not even...
Damn. Hold on. We just start the show off with I killed a man? Oh. Broke from prison, the guy had murdered 3 young girls. What?
Sorry for it. Last month, I went to the mall to buy some groceries. I live alone in California.
Wait a minute. You said you went to the mall to buy groceries? Since when does the mall have groceries?
It was almost the closing hours, hence the mall already started to vacate. I went straight to the food counter to get the things that I wanted. I bought some fresh meat, juices, some vegetables, and many other things. I came out carrying 2 large shopping bags in each hand and started to walk towards the parking lot. The bags were really heavy. Somehow I managed to reach my car. I kept the bags on the ground and took out my keys to unlock the car, when suddenly I heard, "Miss, can you help me please?" I looked around. The empty parking lot stood in front of me. There were cars all around, but I didn't see any man. I said in a confused voice, somebody here?" A minute passed by. but no one spoke. I started to feel scared standing alone in a parking lot at night. I unlocked my car and started to put the bags on the back seat. I was about to get in when suddenly, a bloody hand grabbed my arm.
Okay. Girl. What is this? What is this?
Seeing that much blood, I screamed in fear. "Please, you have to help me, otherwise he'll kill me." A woman stood right next to me. I saw that she was stabbed in the stomach and bleeding badly.
How did you not see this bitch? Where was she?
Oh my God, what happened to you? My husband, he saw me. That's why he wants to murder me now. He stabbed me and abducted me from my house. He's gonna bury me in the woods somewhere so that no one could know what happened to me. Please, help me. I felt terrified seeing her condition. Okay, I'll take you to the hospital and then we can call the cops from there. First, let's get you out of here. She was sobbing in pain. I helped her to get inside my car. I then closed the back door and was about...
Something seems amiss. Well, no, she did say that she killed a man. So I'm like, I feel like she... I don't know. Something about her I didn't trust. I thought she was going to try to grab me and wring me by the neck while I'm trying to drive or something. I don't know. I'm
to get in as well, when suddenly I heard a man's voice at a near distance. "Hey, did you see my wife?" I saw a man of average height standing on the opposite side of the parking lot. He was probably at 10 to 15 hands distance from me, which is why he couldn't see inside my car. Oh my God, he must have seen me. Calm down. Don't make any sound, I said to the wounded woman. The man started to walk towards me. There was nothing unnatural in his appearance. He seemed like a normal man with an ordinary face. I got goosebumps, thinking that this man...
Baby, first, at this point, I would have gotten in my car. Be like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, sir. I haven't seen anyone, but I really have to be going." And I just would have already started cranking up my car, doing all that. I don't want to give him any chance to get any closer to me.
Man is a cold-blooded murderer. Maybe this was why it becomes hard to read the true intentions of people. I said in a firm tone, "No, I didn't see anyone. Was she waiting in the parking lot?" "Yeah. She was a bit sick, so I left her to rest inside the car." "Are you sure you haven't seen her walking out of this parking lot?" "Well, I don't think I saw anyone, as I was busy on my own. But maybe I heard footsteps going towards the back." "Great. Thank you." The man smiled in a very normal way, like nothing terrifying is going on in the back of his mind. He then turned around and started to walk back to his car. I let out a sigh of relief. Finally, I could take this woman to the hospital and also get this freak arrested for what he did to this poor woman. I got inside and closed the door. I was about to start the engine, just when a phone started to go off. Oh my God, it's him. He's calling me.
Oh, girl, no. At first I thought that was her phone and it was her husband calling, but she came in and, "Girl, your phone is on." So now he's going to know it's your ringtone, girl.
Saw that the guy was now calling her. Without wasting a single second more, I started the car engine and I heard a loud yell. "Stop, you bitch! Stop the damn car!" He had seen us. He knows his wife is now with me. I pressed hard on the accelerator, and making a creaking noise, my car started to move ahead. I looked to my left and saw the man was now running towards my car at full speed. I knew he was trying to stop me, and if he managed to do so, he would kill both of us and bury our bodies in the woods. My car was standing in the middle of the parking lot. It'll take us 5 to 7 minutes more to make it to the exit of the parking lot. The man was now running towards my window and constantly yelling, "Stop the car, you bitch! Stop it!"
You know what? I'll do just that. I would have floored it, reverse, bam! I'll just be petty.
Now! But I didn't stop. I was unable to increase the speed because if I drove too fast, there's a huge chance that I might miss the left turn leading to the exit while bashing my car at the wall near the exit door. The man caught up with the speed of the car eventually and jumped on it. He landed hard on my car bonnet, making...
Baby, let me tell you, I'm in a better position than you are right now, sir. So if I just slam this car into the wall, I might have to pay a little insurance money, but you're gonna lose your spine. So you decide.
making a huge thud. The woman and I both screamed at the top of our lungs. This man was devil incarnate. He grabbed onto my car wipers, balancing his body on the bonnet. Stop! Stop, I said! Trust me, whatever she told you is a lie! My wife is sick! Stop the car now! There's no way I'm gonna let you murder her. Once we go to the cops, you will rot in jail forever. I don't know what triggered inside the man, but he crawled up and started to punch the windshield of my car with full strength. He was punching the glass and screaming like a maniac. I want my wife! Let her go! Stop this car, you bitch! I was freaked out.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm just gonna have to hit my car yeah.
And the woman was sobbing in the back seat. Please don't let him touch me. He'll kill me. Please, God, help us. Her loud, terrified cry mixed with the man's animalistic grunt and constant punch on the glass stopped my brain to function properly. I couldn't take it anymore, and I missed the turn near the exit, making the car bash onto the wall. I screamed as I saw the wall in close distance. The car headlights hit real hard, shattering into pieces. My head slammed into the steering wheel, making me bleed terribly, and the view in front of my eyes went black. But before passing out, I saw with my blurry vision that my windshield was all red. I woke up in the hospital the next morning. How are
Shit. Holy shit.
you feeling now? A voice said. A doctor was standing next to my bed. There was a nurse with him too. I felt a throbbing pain on my head and realized bandages were tied to my head. What happened to me? I said in a low voice. You had a huge accident last night, ma'am, but you don't need to worry. Everything's under control now. I stayed in the hospital for a week more. I came to know that the wounded woman I took in my car had suffered huge blood loss, but she's recovering as well. The man, on the other hand, who tried to stop my car by jumping on my bonnet, was smashed to the wall. A security camera captured the footage of the car hitting the wall and the guy's brains getting bashed, splattering blood all over the windshield of the car. The cops found my car in the parking lot when the security informed 911 about the bizarre incident they saw on their CCTV camera. The guy was dead. I killed him even though it was accidental. I could have been rotting in jail if that woman died as well. But luckily, she gave her confession to the cops. She said how her husband was dealing with drugs and selling them to young boys and girls. That night, she had a huge fight and threatened her husband to stop this crime or she will inform the cops about him. That's when the man picked up the kitchen knife and stabbed her in the stomach deep. She fainted on the floor out of pain, and the man placed her into his car to get rid of the body. But he needed to buy cleaning bleach and stuff to stop the blood flow. Maybe he thought the bloodstains could get him caught, so he parked the car in the mall parking lot and went to pick up things to wash off this crime. I'm glad I could save this woman's life. I've been released at being not guilty, as the camera captured everything that happened in the parking lot. The cops saw how the man jumped on my car and started damaging it to stop it. I have to live with this thought that I killed someone, not intentionally, but I did. And even if that makes me feel upset, I know there was no other way, and I'm trying not to blame myself either. I did what I had to do.
You did, girl. You did. You did.
I've been a psychiatrist for the past 10 years. It's never easy to work with patients suffering from mental issues. The majority of the people in this world still don't take mental health as seriously as physical health. Hence, most of them look down on people suffering from mental issues, which are disgusting. The first rule of psychiatric treatment is to deal with the patient with lots of calm and patience. One wrong word or advice can devastate a patient's life. Unfortunately, I learned that lesson the hard way. This happened in the early days of my career. I was diagnosing a patient named Kevin. He was originally from Rhode Island, but he shifted to New Jersey for unknown reasons. I got to know a lot of weird things from him about his life, but he never told me why he came to New Jersey. I had appointments with him twice every week. He was one of those patients who needed extra care and undivided attention. Generally, with him, appointments ran quite long. Kevin was a shy person, probably in his late 20s. He used to come into my chamber and sit on the big couch, slouching his shoulders. His eyes moved around the room, as if he was searching for something. There was always a frightened look on his face. In the beginning, I thought he might be suffering from schizophrenia. At least, his words and gestures made me think that way. But with time, I started to discover some utterly disturbing details about him. One day, on a rainy afternoon, I was waiting in my chamber for Kevin to arrive. He was late that day, which was very surprising because he used to come early for every appointment. My secretary, Pamela, came in saying, "Kevin's here, ma'am. Should I send him in?" Yes. I have to go home early for my research work. Let's get started with this appointment now." After a few seconds, Kevin came in and sat down on the same spot. But this time, I saw a weird smile on his face. He was smiling like a little girl. "Someone seems happy today. What's the big news, Kevin?" "I met a girl last night." "That's great to hear. So, do you like this girl?" "I do. I chased her." "What? Where did you meet her?" "In my dreams." Needless to say, I was a bit worried when he told me he chased a girl at first, but hearing it was just a dream certainly gave me some relief. "Okay. How did she look?" "Oh, I couldn't see her face. I was on the beach when I heard footsteps. As I looked behind me, I saw this girl standing at some distance. She was facing her back towards me, but she had such beautiful long hair. Her hair was floating in the air." "Did you try to talk to her?" "I did. I said, 'Look at me.' But she started to run, so I chased her. She was running slowly, but I couldn't catch her. I didn't stop, though. I ran, and suddenly, when I looked around, I saw fire." "Fire? Where? At the beach?" "No. Just fire all around me. Only fire and nothing else."
What the hell is going on, child?
I tried to scream because the fire was coming close to me to burn me alive. Just then, I woke up. "I see. Have you ever dreamt of this girl before?" "No. Neither of the fire. I've never seen so much fire before." "Well, Kevin, it was only a dream. I don't think you have to worry about a dream. Here, let me write you a prescription to help with your sleep." I talked to him a bit more and gave him some meds. I told him it'll be nice for him to socialize with people. I don't know how seriously he took my advice, but Kevin's bizarre dream didn't stop there. Next week, Kevin again came to see me. "So how are you feeling today?" "I saw that girl again. But this time I didn't like the dream at all. I don't want to see her." I was surprised to hear him say that. Kevin was very excited about this girl in the dream. I asked him, "Did you fight with her, Kevin?" Kevin looked at the ceiling and kept staring at it for some time. He then said, "I was ready to catch her this time. As soon as she started to run, I chased her at full speed. She might have realized that I was going to catch her. I stretched my hand to grab her hair, but right then she slashed my wrist with a big sharp knife. It's as if she didn't want me to get close to her. Kevin, it's all a dream. Is there someone in
Something tells me that this is not a dream. Something tells me this isn't a dream.
real life that you want to see or get close to?" "But it wasn't a dream. Look at my wrist." Before I could say more, Kevin pulled up his sleeve and showed me his hand. There was a deep cut on his wrist, just like someone slashed him with a sharp knife. But in many cases, I knew patients who got violent and tried to hurt themselves. So I thought Kevin might have hurt himself and is now blaming it on his dream. I had no doubt he was becoming delusional, and started to show early signs of violence. I think we need to take you to a good mental institution so that people can take care of you, Kevin. I don't prescribe you living alone now. Mental institution? Oh, you mean a madhouse? You think I'm crazy, don't you? Do you think I made this cut on my hand? You think that I'm crazy? He suddenly got all outrageous and started to scream at me. My secretary rushed in, hearing his screams. She called the security and they carried Kevin out. I wanted to help him, but Kevin ran off, hitting one security guy.
Damn.
I called his house number, but obviously no one picked up. I waited for an hour more, thinking he might come back to the chamber, but he didn't. I finally left my chamber at around 9 and drove home. Our parking lot has 2 levels, the first basement and the second basement. I roamed around the first basement and saw it was filled already, so I drove down to the second basement and finally found a spot to park my car. As soon as I parked, I started to walk towards the elevator. A man came right in front of me from the dark corner. Kevin, what are you doing here? Are you okay? You shouldn't have run
Girl.
away like that. I know, doctor, but why did you call me crazy? I never called you crazy.
How do you know where I live? And how did you get here?
Crazy, Kevin. You just got angry at me for no reason. As I talked, I saw Kevin walking from one side to another, making very weird expressions. He was looking at me with angry eyes. Suddenly, I noticed that he was hiding something shiny in his hand, but I hadn't had to wait long. You all think I'm crazy, and this is why I left my family and came here thinking someone might understand me here. But you are all the same, exactly the same. No, Kevin, you're not crazy. You just need a little help, that's all. Help? No one can help me. I know if I see her again tonight, I'll chase her again, and this time she might stab me in my dream. If she does, I'll die in real life too, just like when she slit my wrist. But I'm more clever than her. I'm not gonna let her kill me in my sleep. Kevin then looked at me one last time and said in a sobbing voice, My mother was right. I am a bad seed. I was sick the moment she gave birth to me. I can't go on like this, doctor. Kevin, no. Don't do this. I can help you. Let me help you, please. I started to beg Kevin to hand me over the knife, but he started to walk away. He stopped and said, Goodbye, doctor, and sliced his throat with his own hands. Blood came gushing out of his neck. He held his bleeding throat and sat down on the ground. He was coughing vigorously. Help! Someone help him! I called the security, but by the time he came, Kevin died choking on his own blood. The paramedics came to take his body. The cops found out that his family was abusing Kevin. His mother used to beat him when he was a little kid.
What?
I'm sure it was those suppressed childhood traumas that pushed him to take his own life. I can never forget how he slashed his own throat that night, and even bid me goodbye before that.
This is too much. That did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I will say that. That one was a little bit haphazard. They could have fleshed that one out a little bit more. But be that as it may, y'all need to start carrying brass knuckles and keep your keys in between your knuckles or something like that. Mace or what have you needs to protect yourself and walking in these parking lots by yourself at night, child. Ooh, excuse me. But anyway, that was the video, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you stay tuned for Thursday's video this week. I'll probably do both of these tonight. Oh, girl, now people texting me. But yeah, y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna hit you guys up later. Peace out.